Welcome to session 2, Prophecy is a Gift. We are talking about building prophetic communities and cultures. You're a huge part of that wherever you're at. And I've got 2 wonderful guests today. As per usual, I have my mom, Pastor Denise Goulet.
Yeah.
She's amazing. And our friend, her longtime friend.
Yeah.
She's known me since
She's my
I was
best friend.
an eensy little boy.
2.
That's right, 2 years old.
Yeah.
Robyn Garcia, she's incredible and amazing. And we're talking about prophecy as a gift.
Yeah.
And really it's in the context of building relationship and community.
Right.
So there's this incredible prophetic thing we get to do, hearing from God for ourselves and others.
Mm-hmm.
But the effort of this series is really to say, okay, how do you make it a lifestyle? How do you build people with it? And how do you encourage people? How do you make it common language for you? So when we're talking about it as a gift, what does this mean?
It really means that God gave us gifts and other things to help us live on this earth and to bring heaven on earth, to represent Him, to be ambassadors, to love people, to help people, to live out their calling or destiny and really finding out who they are. So when Jesus said, hey, stay in Jerusalem because now you know me, but you need my power in order for you to be my witnesses on this earth, so you'll be baptized in the Holy Spirit and with fire. Okay, so that means I'm going to give you something, which is power, and the power means dunamis, that word dunamis, and it's the ability to do miracles. It's the power, the ability to use the gifts. This comes with the Spirit to prophesy, to hear God's voice, and to build people up. So the word, and you see that they speak in other tongues, and when they're baptized. Well, if we were just to speak in tongues when we receive power from the Holy Spirit, because that's where the gift of the Spirit comes from, nobody would understand what God is saying. Do you know what I'm saying? No. So God's like, okay, I'm going to give you the interpretation of tongues, but I'm also going to give you the spirit of the gift of prophecy and others. And the gift, the word gift there means charismata, or charis, or and it means it's something that is given to us. It's a gift. It's a talent. It's an expression.
It's like a present.
It's a present.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. It's like, when we have our Christmas, it says in Corinthians that you're supposed to desire the spiritual gift. And some people say, oh, I just want the giver, I don't want the gift. Well, that's not what you say on Christmas when you were little.
Yeah.
We had all these gifts under the table, and you didn't say, well, I love my parents, that's all I need.
Yeah.
I don't want the gift.
I remember one Christmas I wanted Michael Jordan cologne.
That was big.
I've still yet to receive that, so I'm offended.
I need to give it to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
I think this
gift,
is important.
is
Because I think that sometimes we make hearing from God for others
Yes.
something that doesn't come across as a gift.
Yeah.
I think for me, when you talk about gifts and unwrapping them, I love getting gifts. Give me, but I'm not just going to let them sit there. I'm actually going to take it out and I'm going to use it.
Yeah.
This afternoon, somebody gave me some perfume. And I was like,
Michael
I like
Jordan's
it.
perfume?
No. It's called, it's
one?
something, I don't even know what it's called, but I like the smell. And here, let me just give you a little gift. And it was just a little one. And I go, I'm going to use it. Matter of fact, I'm going to use it the next 2 days. And if I really like it, then I'm going to go buy it. Yeah. And so I think sometimes we get gifts you're talking about under the Christmas tree. We don't just let them sit there. God has given us this gift of prophecy. And it's not because I'm a pastor or, it's for everybody, whether you're rich, poor, young, old, in the church. I think people even out of the church have the gift. Prophecy, the gift is encouraging others. Yeah. And so we really want to use that gift. No matter where we are. It's not like, it doesn't cost anything. It was given to us free. Yeah. And so the scriptures say, freely we give, freely we receive, freely give. And so I want to use that gift. I don't want to just hide it.
Yeah. That's right.
And so I think it's really important that we understand it's for everybody.
Exactly.
A gift is for everybody.
Yes.
And we can all use it.
Yeah.
So.
Because not all are meant to be or designed to be prophets. But all can prophesy.
That's right.
And I think that's where it becomes cultural and community. The goal of it is edification, exhortation, encouragement. So it really speaks to how am I thinking about myself and the people around me, and how am I seeking to partner with them?
Yeah. Right.
And I think that if we allow the prophetic voice in our life to really alter the way we relate to ourselves and others, that it actually changes our relationships.
Yeah, it does.
And I begin to ask myself, okay, God, what are you saying about me, What are you saying about Robyn? What are you saying about
Yeah.
Niece? And that thought, if it can define my thoughts for you, will change the way I treat you.
Correct.
And in that way, I think it is a really profound, it's like a gift to our community, because it changes the tonality of it. Instead of being critical and condemning for that thing that you don't have yet or that you're broken in, that the information and insight becomes an empowerment for me to partner with you in your journey. How have you guys seen the partnership become a gift rather than a curse or a damage in relationship?
I think, very often we may come from a family that tends to be critical or negative or whatever. I think we all have experienced that in different seasons in our lives. But just like God, the solution to the people in Israel complaining to Moses, oh, we wish we were still in Egypt, da, 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 da. And then Moses is like, God, what do I do with these people? He goes, I'm going to take the Spirit on you and put it on your, 70 leaders. And, this is going to help. But we don't know what's going to happen then. But what happened when he took the Spirit that was on Moses, it's kind of funny, he put it on them, they start to prophesy. Why? Because it changes the atmosphere. When you actually hear the voice of courage, the voice of love, the voice of And then there was two outside. There was two outside the camp. They were called Medad and Eldad that were prophesying. And then Joshua comes to Moses and says, hey, they're doing it outside of the camp. They weren't chosen. He goes, are you actually asking me to stop them from prophesying? How I wish everyone would prophesy. And their names mean loving and loved one. That was the love of God.
That's cool.
That was they were influenced by the love of God, that even outside of the camp they started to prophesy to them. Moses says, I wish everyone would prophesy. And Paul says that you may all prophesy. Come on. Now the prophet is a calling. That's a different thing. In the prophetic ministry, the word itself that you give is a gift to the person. When it comes to the five offices or whatnot,
fivefold,
the pastor, the evangelist, apostle, prophet, and teacher, the person is a gift. So when we have prophetic conferences and the prophet comes, they're the gift. And what for? To equip the saints until there's unity. Well, we have a long ways to go to see that, so we have a lot of equipping to do. So it totally changes a room, it changes a culture, it changes a family when you begin to understand that God has given us gifts for us to share and to bring courage and encouragement in people's lives.
How have you seen the encouragement and the prophecy as a gift? How have you seen that change your approach in important relationships in your life, whether it be family or friends?
I would say just being active in it. I was thinking, even coming here today, my dad had given me this ring, and it was like a gift from him, and I love this ring. And it was something that it was tied to my mom, and I was thinking, wow, this is such a beautiful thing. And it was from my dad and his new wife. And I thought, I could have rejected it because it actually was something that was of my mom's, but he did a replica of it. And I thought, wow, this is really incredible. But I thought, I'm just gonna prophesy with this. And so she said, I saw this ring that you got, and I wanted the same thing that you wanted because of the value that it meant to you, because of what it meant to you in your life. And I was like, wow. So I began to just encourage her and say, you know what, I want to share this ring, not that we're sharing the same ring. She had one made just like me for her. And it was because I spoke so well of this little gift. But then I began being able to prophesy into my dad's wife's life. And so in practical, it was kind of hard because she's not my mom. I love her because my dad loves her. But I was like, wow, I can really use this gift, even when it was a little uncomfortable. And I could have said, why would you pick the same ring that my dad gave to my mom and you want a copy of it? But I was like, oh my gosh, I can see that you love my dad the way my mom loved her. Was that hard? Absolutely. But I saw,
Yeah.
I began to look at, her in a different way. And the love that she had for me, and the love that she had for my dad, and the love that she had for us, and even the love that she had for my mom. So me using the gift of prophecy, just a simple, ring that was going to go on my finger, how it blessed her as well. So to me, it was really, really cool. But I like using the gift even in the community, not just in like relationships, like friendships, but even going into the community, going into a restaurant and just encouraging the waitress and loving on her and just speaking life over them. I love that.
I think that outlines that the gift doesn't necessarily outline the easier road,
Right.
or even a comfortable road.
Yeah.
Because that's a
it
harder
wasn't.
road for you to
It
walk
wasn't.
than just rejecting or not accepting or kind of distancing yourself. And I really feel like the Lord brings us down a journey of growth.
Yeah.
It doesn't, and His voice is a gift to us because
Right.
it supplies courage on that road. Yeah. But the journey for the Israelites from Egypt to the wilderness to the Promised Land was riddled with dangers, risks, uncomfortable scenarios, even being hungry at different places. So I really see that from all the things you're saying, and I want to encourage you that the prophetic is a gift, not because it outlines the easiest road or the most comfortable road, but because it supplies all of the things you need required for the journey that God has designed for you. So I would encourage you from everything they're saying and what I'm saying to boldly pursue the voice of God and seeing His voice and the road He's laid for you as a gift and trusting Him that He will give you all that you need for that journey.